going on, everyone? Kenan here, and today I'm hanging out with Brandon McLean, and we're at Florida Aquatic Nurseries. And man, what I am with turtles, this guy is with aquatic plants. Now, you guys have been in business how long?
We've been in business over 60 years at this point.
Get out of here, man. And how did you come? It's just a family business, huh?
This is a family business. My grandfather started it, then my father took it over from him, and now it's up to me to keep it going. Yep.
How many acres are you on, man? This is incredible.
So we got 10 acres here at this facility. We got another facility with 5 acres.
Okay.
So
wow.
Total we're 15 acres in production.
All right, so this is kind of cool, guys. Now, the reason I'm here, obviously, is I need some aquatic plants for the aquascape ecosystem pond, because it's not much of an ecosystem without the aquatics. And Brandon, here's what's going on, man. So we built this pond back in February, and you know, we use it for these videos where I swim with different animals. We created an underwater set. The problem is it's getting warmer.
Yeah.
So what do you think's happening, dude? I'm getting some algae.
Yeah, that happens. So I mean, plants are definitely part of any ecosystem, and one of the things that people don't think about is that they really suck up all the available nutrients, so you don't get algae growth. Okay. So if you have fish, you have other things living in a body of water, they're producing nutrients. Without plants in there absorbing the nutrients, you get algae. Right. Being the replacement for
and so we want to make sure that we have a balanced ecosystem. And you know, a lot of my viewers always ask me, what's a good aquatic plant to use with turtles? And I always say, I go, man, turtles are tough. Turtles are rough on their environment moving through the plants. So what did you just, earlier you asked me if I had turtles in this pond, and that's why.
Yeah, turtles definitely love to eat water lilies, love to eat a lot of aquatic plants. Not all turtles do, of course, but a lot of them are have vegetable parts of their diet.
Right.
So plants disappear rapidly when you have turtles in the pond.
Definitely, okay. And I told him, like, some of the things you can do. Where are we headed to, buddy?
So we can look,
this is crazy.
Here you can see somebody actually harvesting water lilies.
So you know, here's the other thing. When I called you, I was like, well, can't I just walk around like a regular nursery and just pick out what I want? And that's not how you do it here. I had to he sent me a price list. I had to go through and figure out what I wanted, because it's not easy to harvest these things, is it? Let's go see it.
Easy. Not easy at all. We'll sell 1,000 water lilies in a day. So we're really into production. It's more like a factory here. And get big ponds full.
And so how does one go about, like, what exactly is she looking for here?
So all of these are grown in pots. So what we're looking for is a mature water lily that's big enough to sell. So when we look at the tank here, it's probably got a flower or two on it, and you're looking for the proper pad side, which is about 6 inches in diameter. And we follow it back to the base of the pot. Most of the customers were shipping, so it doesn't make sense to ship dirt. So we actually sell them bare roots. So we're going to shake all the soil off and then ship them that way. It's a lot cheaper.
So you guys you do not sell to the public?
We don't sell to the public.
And so basically, say there's some people out there, I know there's going to be, we got people that love aquariums, that love water gardening. How do they go about getting some of what you have to offer?
So check with your local retail stores. That's the best way to do it in the beginning. See if you can find a store that's dedicated to selling pond plants. If you can't, you can talk to your landscapers and see if they have the availability or the ability to purchase, and they could contact us directly. And then if not, you can look online.
Yeah, but you know, one thing that I learned here is that you sell to some of the most of the major players in the aquarium industry.
We do, yeah. Our primary business is aquarium plants, so the water garden part's a small sector for us, although we do sell a lot of water lilies. But the big aquarium plants, look at your local retail stores. Most of them are produced by Florida Aquatic Nurseries if you're buying plants in the U.S.
Let's go check out some of those guys, man. I think I saw some back over there. It's just really interesting. You know, if you love animals and love to build these ecosystems as I do, I can't stress how important, is it that way, right?
Yeah.
I can't stress how important it is to actually learn about kind of the botany to the whole thing. You know, you gotta, or become what would I call you? Are you a horticulturist? Are you an aquatic horticulturist? What would you call yourself?
That's a good question. I am a I have a degree in landscape and nursery management from the University of Florida, so I could be a horticulturist, but we've just been doing it my whole life here in the trade, so it's a specialty to do the aquatics. It's a unique niche that we have. Here's some of the underwater plants that
Cool.
we were talking about.
Let's have a look.
Most of these are for the aquarium trade, but just to give you an idea of how lush you could have a planted area in your
Holy
pond.
smokes. Yeah. I mean, that's incredible. And that's just habitat right there. That's doing a few things. That's oxygenating the water.
Right.
Outcompeting algae, and for fish fry, that'd be one place I'd want to live, that's for sure. Now, I got the African cichlids. I'm not going to have to worry about them messing up any of the plants, am I?
Most of the pond plants you'll be fine with. They're big, they're tough, they're hardy. You know, the African cichlids in an aquarium tend to rearrange stuff.
Oh.
But if you pick some of the hardy varieties for the aquarium plants, you're fine there,
Okay.
like a Nubius and Java fern.
All right, very good. Nubius and Java fern? What's this?
This is Hygrophila.
Okay.
It's a great aquarium plant, but it'd be kind of your background areas that you
Okay.
put in the tank.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, this is really cool. See, you know, much like landscaping on land, you got to have an eye for what these organisms, these plants are going to be doing, and how they eventually wind up. So, pretty cool. So we've seen some lilies. Where are we headed to now?
Want to look at the marginal plants?
Gosh, look at all that, guys. Let's go check this out. And this is kind of fun. Now, like I said earlier, everyone just loves to come along and wait. These are
The
what are they?
Victoria
Yeah.
Cruziana. This is a species straight out of the Amazon.
No way. Now, what are they doing in this? Now, this particular vat is basically for what?
This is our seed production. So we reproduce these from seed every year. So we're growing these like they do in the nature. They're not the prettiest looking plants right now, but you can judge from the size. One real neat thing is
Look at
this
the size
is a
of that.
first day flower by the white color of the flower.
Okay.
The second day flower is reddish pink. So it only opens for 2 days and then goes back underwater, hopefully full of seed. But these guys can be quite,
Holy smokes.
they're covered with thorns. So if you have
Get
them
out
in
of here.
your
Yeah.
pond,
Oh, you don't want to touch those.
all the way from the stem up, even the flower the flower stems have thorns all over them.
That is crazy, man. Well, if you live in the Amazon, whether you're an animal or a plant, you're going to want to protect yourself,
You
because
are.
there's a lot of predation or, well, not predation on these, but they're going to get eaten. I don't know if you call that predation, but they're animals that eat green things. So everything evolves to protect itself. That's amazing. Well, just out of curiosity, this is a beautiful little lily right here.
That's a hardy red water lily. That's Attorney Elrod that you're looking at.
Wild, man. This is so cool. What did you think, guys? You didn't think you'd be getting an education on aquatic plants here on Camp Kenan, right? What are we going to do? Step right on it?
yeah.
No worries, man. Oh, the marginals are a lot of fun. And it's incredible. You basically just grow them in this, I mean, you said it's like, what, 6 inches of water?
Yeah, so the marginal plants we're just growing in shallow water, and our goal is to provide liners for other nurseries.
Okay.
To then step them in and plant them up in their local areas into larger pots for the,
Very
for
cool.
the customers.
Now, you know, here's a question. You know, years ago, animals were imported that we now propagate here in country, that you can no longer import. Like those Amazonian lilies, the Victorias, how are they still imported, or like how did you get those the first time?
So we got them as seed.
Okay.
Years and years ago, they came to us from somebody, Betsy Sacato was her name. Collected them down in the Amazon and just brought back seed, and we've been reproducing them since then.
Incredible. So South Florida is pretty agreeable for that species?
It is, yeah.
Cool. I love the grasses too, man. Like this is beautiful. Can you imagine these, what's this called?
This is Variegated Rush.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of a yellow stripe to it to give you some color.
So nice, man. I mean, it's a whole nother world. Ever since I got this, the Aquascape ponds, it's just been an incredible learning experience. And you know, that's the thing I always stress to everybody out there is that, you know, if you're into animals, it's not just about the animals, it's about everything else. And I always feel like it gives you such a good education. When you love plants, you'll know what animals eat the plants, and it kind of broadens your knowledge base of what we have available on Earth. You know, the green things we live around. I think is interesting, you know?
Yeah, it is amazing, but like you said, you get the whole ecosystem. So you get the animals that go with it, you get the plants, and then you have this big, huge, beautiful pond to look at.
Yeah, that's so rad. And I like the idea of recreating nature in your own backyard. You'll get a lot of native animals that'll come in. I've got a brown water snake that I'm just leaving there. I know we might get the odd fish every now and again, but it's just kind of cool to have these animals you're bringing them in, so it's really cool. If you guys are young yet and you're looking for a fun hobby, it costs money, but if you put your mind to it, I mean, it's very rewarding. I mean, look at this place, it's incredible. All right, so where are we at here? Oh my gosh, so many beautiful varieties. I mean, you think about how many different animal species there are on Earth, but it's the plants that dwarf everything. So many different varieties of plants, and we're just looking at just 10 acres of representation of water plants. So it's blowing my mind, man. That price list was extensive. I needed Kate's help because I'm colorblind, as you guys know. No worries, no worries. All right, so what are we looking at here? This looks like something that I might have...
So this is one of the taros.
Okay.
It's a colocasia. This is Black Magic.
Oh, right on.
It's one of our biggest sellers for the taro family, but it's really pretty. Nice dark leaf, gives you a different color.
Right.
It'll get about 3-4 feet of height if it's really happy, and get a bigger head or arrowhead leaf
cool.
to it.
Well, I think I don't know if I got Black Magic or if I got the Black Coral.
The Black Coral's got a shinier leaf,
okay,
metallic looking. It's really pretty.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So all right, well, we got some of that, and look at all these marginals, man. Oh, can you show me the papyrus, the Mexican papyrus? Is
Sure.
that, because I see that looks like regular papyrus, right?
Well, I've got a beautiful stand of giant papyrus.
Let's go check it out. Yeah, I'd love to see it full size, man. So guys, I ordered this from Brandon and Florida Aquatic Nurseries because I want to create a backdrop. And again, we're also creating habitat because some of those fish fry can find their way into these, into the base of the stalks, and it'll be really cool. And you know, with the fish that I got from Paul at Angel's Fish Hatchery, we want to create that really cool. This is it. That is mental, man. Look out. Holy smokes. So basically, now for me to do this, you're recommending that I put them in pots.
I am.
Okay, so why is that? Tell me what can happen if I don't put them in pots.
If you don't put them in pots, they're going to spread throughout the pond, and especially if you have a liner, rubber liner, or seams in your rubber liner, the roots will find a way to start eating or start digging through that seam and eventually open it up and allow a leak. All
right, cool. So what I'm gonna have to do to put these in, guys, I'm gonna have to get a big old, now obviously this is running, this is just doing its thing. So if I wanted something at this height, could I achieve that? What size pot would I need?
You could. A nice 5-gallon pot to give you a fully heighted plant.
Really?
But it'll keep the dimension of the plant restricted to that pot.
Okay.
So you'll get your full height out of it. You'll just have a smaller base.
Unreal. All right, very cool. Now this water looks like it's flowing. What do you have going on here?
So the water actually just flows from our tanks.
Okay.
We try not to use a whole lot of water, but we need to beat evaporation every day. So the water flows from the tanks and flows through and then back into our retention pond.
Oh my, is this the retention pond?
That's the retention pond.
No way. That's sick. Look at this. What are these, coots? Oh, is that what they're called? Or
those are
moorhen?
Moorhens.
Moorhen, yeah, there you go.
There goes a Jesus lizard.
Oh, some basilisks, guys. There's a couple of them. Wow. Look at that. We're in way South Florida. I've just started seeing these guys in my backyard, and they've been making their way north. They're non-native species, but look at this. This retention pond is, I'm sure you got turtles and all sorts of fun stuff in there.
Bunch of turtles in here.
Yeah.
Soft shells, snapping turtles.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So he's got a really cool ecosystem back here. All right, well, listen, I'll tell you what, Brandon, to finish up, would you show us maybe some of the lilies that you're most proud of, like some of these flowers? Because I know right now at this time of the day, they're kind of flowering, right?
Right, yeah. This is a good time to look at all the lilies. So
let's go take a
peek
look
around through these greenhouses
let's do it.
and hopefully see some beautiful colors.
And you guys have also come up with, through hybridizing, you've come up with your own kind of signature plants.
We have. We actively work in hybridizing, and you know, our goal's been to come up with new colors. Well, we could probably sneak in.
Sure.
Just watch the staples here.
No worries, buddy.
So we actively hybridize plants. We take 2 different plants, pollinate them, and try to come up with new exciting things. And one of the things we've been working on are to get higher petal counts and new colors. So we came up with some really beautiful deep purple colors, reds that were never on the market before we started hybridizing, and we'll end up, I'll show you some of those in a few minutes.
This is nice. But are all the ones in this greenhouse same species?
This, they're different varieties. When you see the different flower colors,
okay,
it's going to be a different variety.
Again, I'm at a disadvantage. Now, wait a minute. This is really cool. Hold on. I like that. I can see that. That's beautiful. So it really is going to liven up my pond. I mean, there's going to be a lot of color in this thing.
You'll have a lot of color in your pond.
So cool. I just keep seeing tons of little cane toadlets are cruising around. These little guys, you know, I got them in my house too, man. It's a pain in the neck. Oh my gosh.
Got some more ponds of nice tropical water lilies back here, but if we look at some of these red ones, these are ones that we've hybridized.
Okay.
There are varieties.
Right here.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, I did order one that did. I love the leaves on these. They're like variegated in a way. That is beautiful. What is this one called? This is the
Valentine.
Valentine. Wow, this is awesome. It's so beautiful, man. I mean, it's got to be a fun, peaceful job, bro.
I wouldn't. It's like running a factory, but it does have its wonderful moments where you get to create new things.
Do you actually have anything at your home? Do you do water gardening at home, or are you burnt out at the end of the day?
I have an aquarium at home.
Okay.
Keep the kids happy and everybody into the hobby.
Awesome.
I don't have a pond at the house.
No worries. You've got enough to do at your day job. I feel for you. In a good way. Pretty fun, man, that you get to do this day in and day out. Well, all right, we learned a lot about plants today, aquatic plants here at Florida Aquatic Nurseries. I want to thank Brandon McLean for taking me around and spending the time with me. Definitely learned a lot. I'm very excited about what I'm going to do with the plantings. And I'm sure we'll be in touch again because, you know, it's like fish and reptiles, you know, you really just, you get an insatiable urge to have something new. And I know I'll be building more water features at the house. Maybe one day we'll get you up to see some of the animals, bring the kids up. I'd love for you to see what I'm doing up there. And then to be honest, in a selfish way, I want to pick your brain. I want you to say, oh, you need this, this will work this way. So I think that would be really cool. If you guys enjoyed the video, you enjoy learning, leave a comment. And thank you very much. All right.
Thank you for your time.
Man, my pleasure. This guy's awesome. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.